Good, uh, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. I'm wearing my new progressive eyeglass for this morning. Okay, my topic for this morning will be a continuation of my long video format topic, trigonometry, and I am now on lesson number 39. We are now on lesson number 39. There are still many important topics that should be taken under trigonometry, but we are running smooth. And I think we are almost done. But rest assured that I will give you the most important topics under the study of trigonometry. So when you go higher mathematics, there will be no problem. Okay, let's proceed. The subject matter for this morning will be a continuation of my subject matter trigonometry, and this is now lesson number 39, and the title of the topic will be addition formula. We are now on the what you call this function cotangent. We are now through with the sine, cosine, sine of sum and difference, cosine of sum and difference, tangent of sum and difference. And for this morning, we will be deriving the formula for the expansion of the cotangent of the sum of two angles. 39 will be addition formula. To bring out the derivation, it will be something like this. The cotangent of the quantity x plus y. For the meantime, the angles will be x plus y. Okay, to derive this formula, we must have to expand the equivalent of a cotangent. Cotangent in general is actually cosine over sine. Whatever the angle here should be the same as angle here. So if this is cotangent of x plus y, it should be equal to the cosine of x plus y over sine of x plus y. Okay. Let's try to expand the cosine of x plus y. Under the expansion of the cosine of a sum, it is actually cosine cosine, okay, minus sine sine. So this is cosine cosine minus this is sine sine. If this is plus, this should be minus for a cosine. For the expansion of a sine sum, a sine value of a sum of two angles, it will be sine cosine plus cosine sine. So this is actually sine cosine, cosine sine. If this plus, this should be plus. So sine of the first angle, cosine of the second angle, plus the cosine of the first angle, sine of the first angle. Okay? So actually, if you try to notice it, the most important thing here is we know how to expand the value of a sine and cosine function, right? The sum and difference. So whatever will come out for the sine and cosine, we apply it here to get the expansion of the cotangent of the quantity x plus y. Okay? So this is the expansion of the cosine of x plus y, and this is the expansion of the quantity sine of x plus y. Okay, let's try to divide all the terms by sine of x, sine of y. Meaning all the numerator should be divided by this, and all the denominator should also be divided by this. So I will rewrite this one. This is cosine x, cosine y. We divide that by sine x, sine y. Minus, this is minus. This is sine x, sine y. We will divide that by itself. That is sine x, sine y. All over. The bottom portion, we will rewrite this one. This is sine x, cosine y. Also, we divide it by sine x, sine y. Same as the numerator. This is plus. The second term will be cosine x, sine y. Again, we will divide that by sine x, sine y. So it seems We divide both the numerator and denominator by the value sine x, sine y. Okay? Then try to make some cancellations. Anyway, the operation for both the numerator and denominator for the individual fractions are all multiplication. So for the first one, for this first one here, we cannot, what do you call this, cancel something, right? So we will just rewrite it. This is cosine x over sine x. We combine cosine and sine. This is multiplied by a cosine over sine. This is cosine y over sine y. Minus. This whole term here will become 1. Right? Because sine of x cancel with sine of x. Sine of y cancel with sine of y. This is 1 times 1. That will be 1. This 1 times 1, it is also over 1. And 1 over 1 is 1. So this is now just simply minus 1. For the bottom portion, for the denominator portion, we can make some cancellations. Again, the operation on both the numerator and denominator for the denominator portion are all multiplication. So we are free to cancel similar terms. Okay? This sine of x cancel with the sine of x. Okay? What will remain will be a cosine y over sine y. Sorry for this one. Okay, what will remain will be cosine y over sine y. This is supposed to be all over sine y. Right? For the second one, sine y cancels. So what will remain will be cosine x over sine x. This should be all over sine x. Sorry for that. Right? Only sine cancels here, only sine y cancel here, but what remains, or the first one will be the cosine y and sine y of the first angle, and cosine x and sine x of the second angle. And if we try to continue with this one, what is cosine over sine? It is cotangent. Okay, what is cosine y over sine y? It's the same, it's still cotangent, but the angle is different. The angle here is x, the angle here is y. This is minus 1. Okay, all over. A cosine y over sine y is still a cotangent. Okay? This should be y. This is x. In a way, we could interchange it. First one, cosine y over sine y is a cotangent of y. Sorry for this one, cotangent. Okay, cotangent of y. And cosine x over sine x is actually cotangent of x. Okay? So, in general now, if we now try to bring out the general identity for the tangent of a sum, we now change that x equal to a, and we change that y equal to b. So in general now, if the angles now are actually a and b, cotangent of a plus b will following this, right? Should be equal to cotangent of x, which is x is a, cotangent of a, cotangent of b. This is minus 1. Okay? We write this one first, right? So this will be cotangent of a, cotangent of b. And this is a general equation or general identity. For the cotangent expansion of a sum of two angles. So in general now, the cotangent of the quantity a plus b will be cotangent of a times cotangent of b minus 1 over cotangent of a plus cotangent of b. So at least you now know the difference between the expansion of a tangent and cotangent function. Actually, in the tangent value, this portion here is actually on the numerator, and this portion here is actually on the denominator for a tangent, right? But for a cotangent, the product cotangent A and B is actually in the numerator. This is minus 1 all over cotangent of A plus cotangent of B. Okay, that's it, guys. You don't have to memorize this one for as long as you know how to expand the expansion of a cosine of a sum and a sine of a sum. You could actually derive this one. But if you could memorize this one, it's very good, right? Okay? This is Professor David J. de los Reyes. Good morning from Los Angeles.